Hello, my name is Eva Javeri and welcome to Genie Podcast. I am a Gen Z, but today I have a little Gen Y in me because today we have the most ideal babu of the television industry, Sohana Kashyap, aka Ragini Khanna. So, Miss Ragini, how many years have you been in this acting industry?
Technically, I've been actively working since 2006 or 7.
Okay.
So you can count from there on. Now it's 2023.
Yeah.
So I think 17, 18 years almost.
That's a lot.
But I've been learning performing arts since I was 5 years old.
Okay.
And I started my career technically at the age of 13.
Okay.
Because I participated in my mother's music album as a chorus singer.
Oh, wow.
So that was my first income.
You sing also?
I only sing. I intended to be a singer.
Okay.
But fate has its own ways,
Right.
and I became an actor. But I really trained to become a singer.
Then I think by the end of the podcast, you could sing a little for us, I'm sure.
Okay, but
Okay. Why did you want to become an actor?
I didn't want to become an actor ever, Eva.
Oh.
I'll be very honest. So in my family, everybody was inclined towards performing arts.
Okay.
And most of my brothers and my sisters wanted to be actors. Everybody wanted to be an actor. And not even an actor. They wanted to become a hero. क्या बनना है? Hero बनना है. So, and I used to keep judging them. I was like, "Chai," like hero बनना is very chai. And now they look at me, then they got you. So yeah, but because at that time I used to meet so many starlets. I used to meet so many of them, and I used to see them so disappointed when they didn't make it, and I used to feel so bad and disheartened for them that I was like, कोशिश ही नहीं करनी चाहिए. So I have been quite cynical as a kid, and I've been very snooty as a singer because I somehow thought, and if you go in your Vedic mythology, they think singing was always considered as at its highest pedestal.
Yeah.
So, so I was very snooty like that. Like, I'll sing and you all can act. But then, so when I graduated, I was really clueless of what I want to do with my career.
Okay.
Because I was rejected for this reality show I went for as a singer.
Okay.
So I was a little heartbroken, but not disheartened. So I'd seen my brother Amit auditioning.
Yeah.
Amit's really made it big in the ad industry.
Oh, wow.
So he used to do a lot of ads, and then I saw him auditioning. I was like, let me take some, tips from him, and let me also start auditioning. So I collected some money for a photo shoot.
Okay.
So that time, portfolio pictures were like a must.
Okay.
Like before an artist reaches an office, your portfolio should be there first.
Definitely.
Not like that anymore. In the day and age of Instagram, you don't need it anymore as much.
Yeah.
But back then, you needed a portfolio. So I got a portfolio done. So there used to be a lot of model coordinators.
Okay.
So I got all the numbers from Amit and I distributed my pictures to everyone. And all the model coordinators, because I was Amit's sister and because they found my pictures decent, and I was a sensible talker, they started sending me for auditions.
Okay.
So I started auditioning. And then I got my first ad for a bank.
Okay.
Where I was like, how you have these bank brochures.
Yeah.
And you have these 5-6 college students sitting, and you won't even notice any individual in there, but you are.
Yeah.
I was that reactionary. And I got paid 700 for that. So that was and I went to Panvel to shoot that. So that was my first acting job.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn cool. I was having fun, and it also made me money, and I wasn't rejected. Because with singing, I had to ask my mother to make calls for me.
Oh.
So I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want mom to suffer for me. Let me suffer my own self.
Fair enough.
So then I kept getting ads. Then I got Amul Cool Cafe. Then I get these skin brands. And I did ads which are not even for India.
Oh, wow.
So then I got my TV show, and then there was working.
Nice. What's the best part about being in front of the camera, being an actor?
That you get to be so honest as someone else.
Yeah.
There's 100% truth in you. There's no sort of facade when you're on camera.
As an actor, what challenges have you faced there?
Everything, right from taking marks, from learning to take light,
Yeah.
from understanding how much makeup is necessary for which character,
Yeah.
for understanding what body type for which character, from learning lines, sometimes to get the emotion right in 1 or 2 takes and not waste the set time. So everything, and especially in television, you're always under pressure. Because you have to meet a deadline. You have to finish 8 to 10 scenes a day in a 12-hour shift.
Oh.
And every morning we receive a bunch which is so thick. So, and they give you this bunch and they're like, ma'am, shot is ready. This is the speed they work in television. So even if it is a 10-page monologue,
Huh. You're supposed to learn it right before the shot.
and you won't get it up night prior also, because the writer is wide awake the whole night and he has mailed the script for a 7 o'clock shift. So that's how television works. So that on those grounds I have trained.
Oh my.
So I recommend television to all budding talents, because even as a DOP, as a director, it trains you to deliver your best and very quickly.
Yeah. So being an actor also, there must be some rejection that you might have faced. Are there?
So many. I have only faced rejections. Like on an average, if I gave 8 auditions in a day, I would get selected. So the average was 100:1. So in the 100 auditions, you get shortlisted, final shortlist, semi-shortlist, then make it to the main director, producer, and the director will be like, "They look work nahi kar raha hai, this look is not working." So the ratio is 100:1. But then it preps you really well.
Fair enough. For the other roles that you have to prepare for.
It just makes you a stronger human being. Honestly speaking, I don't know how it preps you for a character, but it just makes you a finer human being.
Yeah.
And it preps you for life, that you're fully capable of taking rejection.
Yeah.
You're fully able to take criticism, and you somehow develop a third-person perspective towards your own self.
Fair enough.
So it works like that.
So what's the most challenging role for you till date? Any of your characters that have been challenging for you?
All of them. All of them.
Come on. So Hana can't be challenging. Come on. I enjoyed.
Yeah, so, to make someone enjoy is the biggest task. Because humor is very subjective.
Yeah. Huh.
So what might appeal to me in humor might put you off.
Fair enough.
Humor can be crass also.
Huh.
So, in fact, comedy is very difficult,
Yeah.
but you need to have real good co-actors and very good writing,
Yeah. Fair enough.
especially in dialogue, screenplay.
So what was the most challenging role for you?
All of them, yeah, all of them. Because see, I was never in my head. I was never an actor.
Huh.
But somehow my directors have more faith in me than I have in myself.
That's good.
But now I want to believe I'm an actor.
Definitely.
Because I've done so much work.
Yeah. Exactly.
Now I believe I'm an actor. But it took years to accept it.
Fair enough. Your favorite character?
You want to hear Suha?
I don't know. I don't. I'm just asking you. Like your favorite. Mine is the Sohana horse show. What
Most
for you?
favorite character I had fun portraying.
Who?
Oof. Oh my god. Most fun I had portraying was Bhaskar Bharati.
In Poshampa.
No, Bhaskar Bharati was this TV show I did.
Okay.
It was an Argentinian series where I played a man in a woman's body. Wow. Yeah.
Can you tell us something about that?
It was my second TV show.
Okay.
It was an Argentinian series called La Lola. So it was a telenovela of the same. So we adapted it for Sony, and I had to be dressed up like a very beautiful, very appealing, and a very attractive girl. I hope I looked the part. And I had to behave like a boy. So I used to wear these skimpy skirts and sit with my legs spread and in a very uncouth, in a very non-feminine way.
Huh.
So I had fun doing that. Then Suhana was more fun because I had to break Bhaskar Bharti.
Acha, Sohana was after.
Immediately, like in 15 days, I picked up the show.
Oh wow. Oh, that's
So for me to let go of Bhaskar and pick up to Suhana. So I had, see, the thing is, you know what, the problem with the movies are that by the time you start enjoying your character, the film is over.
right.
I shot Poshampa in 13 days. It was done. We finished the film in 19 days.
Oh wow.
Yeah, shooting, then posted everything took 3 months to complete.
Oh.
So by the time I would actually start having fun with Shikha, the film was done. So I already
Yeah.
portrayed all my emotion. But I had more fun with Suhana because I was portraying her for 2 years.
Yeah.
So I had a lot more to play with her.
Right. And there were different types of Sahanas also that we got to see. First one was a spoiled brat, and then the one.
The one who evolved,
Yeah.
gets married.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty of television. You see a character evolve with years.
Yeah.
But in movies, you have to like finish it. If it's 100-day schedule also, then also by the time you get it, it's over.
What do you think can make a role challenging?
Uh, when you don't associate yourself with the character at all. When there is a very strong disassociation with the part, when you have not met anybody of that nature. Like I didn't know anybody like Shikha, Poshampa, when I did. So I didn't know anybody like Shikha. I would never want to know a psychological killer in my entire life. I would never want to be on the death row.
Right.
But so that's what makes it challenging. So Anna, still, you can pick up tidbits from normal life.
Yeah.
I can pick her up from a college girl. I can pick her up from a Delhi girl. But Shikha, I had no reference. So my references and my directors. So my director. So I had Amit had a book. My brother, he had a book on world's biggest crime murder. There was some criminal book he had. So I read that a little bit. Very gory stuff. Really gory stuff. Then I also had a lot of interest in watching these documentaries. So I'm a huge docu head.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm a huge docu head. I love documentaries. So I was asked to see The Mindhunter.
Okay.
By my director, Shumon Mukhopadhyay sir.
Okay.
He asked me to watch Mindhunter. My producer, Seema, asked me to watch Ted Bundy tapes on Netflix.
Okay.
So my references were Ted Bundy and a Mindhunter. But still, an Indian version to it, and that too a woman version to it, and have a set in the 90s and a Maharashtrian version of it. I mean, there's a lot of imagination put to use.
Fair enough.